What's good, everybody? It's Manda and I'm back with another video for y'all. Before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe and all that. We're not that far away from 2,000, so help me out here. The highly anticipated Venom sequel came out a couple days ago, and I do have a few thoughts on this movie, so let's get right into it. The first Venom movie was one of those movies that you just try to have fun while watching. Ignore all the normal things you would look for in a movie and focus on enjoying yourself. It was heavily flawed and I have a lot of issues with it, but I would rewatch it just because it's kinda enjoyable and has some cool moments. Sorta like Birds of Prey. To be honest, I went into Venom 2 expecting it to be better than the first. Eddie and Venom have their relationship established, so you don't have to focus on building that. Plus, Carnage is the villain, so you have the opportunity to make an interesting horror type movie. Even with it being PG-13, I still believed it could be an awesome, dark story. Movies don't really have to be rated R to have that kind of vibe. Were my expectations met? Sort of, but not really. I wasn't expecting a masterpiece, but it was underwhelming in various ways. I personally would have liked it if there were more scenes with Carnage just going on murder sprees and causing chaos, truly living up to his name. The ones we got were cool as fuck, and there probably would have been more if the movie wasn't so short. I find Anne extremely annoying, and I don't like her at all. She makes Eddie meet up with her to show off her engagement ring, and then gets mad at him for not jumping up and down in excitement. Who does that to their ex and then acts as if it's normal? She's unfair to Eddie and completely disregards his clearly unwell mental state. It's insane how bad writers are at making love interest in comic book media. They're always either toxic or unlikable. Cassidy had his positives as a villain, but he also had his problems. The attempts at making him sympathetic completely failed and felt so forced. I'm so glad Venom bit his head off right after he said that shit about wanting Eddie to be his friend at the end. With that being said, I did at least find his past interesting. He appears to have been abused by all the adults in his life during his childhood, and in retaliation, he killed them. Woody Harrelson did a solid job portraying a psychopath serial killer. It was definitely the best acting performance of either movie. For me, it's no debate who the better villain is between him and Drake. As for Carnage himself, I'm not sure how I feel about him. Did the movie even give a reason why he hates Venom so much? It was literally just, I came from that guy, I want to kill him. I'm not expecting a complex backstory for the guy, he's just mass murdering slime. But there has to be something at least. Comic Carnage, as far as I know, simply wants to kill as much as he could, but this Carnage had a fixation on Venom from the moment of his birth, and we don't really know what makes him want to kill him so bad. Does he see him as a threat? A threat to what though? All Carnage seems to want to do is randomly kill people. It doesn't make sense why he was so desperate to seek Venom out. Let me switch it up now before you guys start thinking I hate this movie, because there were definitely things I liked about it. I mentioned before that I liked Woody's performance, and I also mentioned that I like Carnage's action scenes. I don't mind that the movie wasn't rated R, although it definitely could have benefited from more violence. That's all Carnage is. His whole character is based around hate and slaughtering people. My favorite part of this movie is Eddie and Venom's relationship. Their interactions are always hilarious, especially when they argue. I think that's the main thing that kept this movie from getting unbearably boring at some points. The two of them discovering how important they were to each other added heart to this movie. The most important part of the movie though was for sure the post-credit scene. It seemed like Strange's spell that we see him attempt in the No Way Home trailer is what brings Venom to the MCU. He may be the sixth member of the Sinister Six, though I'm not sure how that'll work since this Venom leans much more towards hero on the anti-hero spectrum. Overall, this movie is one that I'll definitely rewatch in the future. It really wasn't good, but I enjoy some parts of it, even though some other parts of it suck. At least I'll have fun watching it. At the end of the day, we're watching these movies because they're fun, not because we want to shred them to pieces for not having proper film elements. My final rating for Venom, Let There Be Carnage is a 5.5 out of 10. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Let me know what you think of the movie in the comments. There's definitely some people who like it more than me, and there's definitely some who like it less. It's all about opinions. Next video is coming up soon. For now, see you guys next time.